Hey everyone, my name's Kevin. Today I'm going to talk about how to invest $100 in order to get the best return possible. Now, I'm kind of a nerd. I really like personal finance a lot. So if you like that sort of thing, subscribe to the channel. I make videos like this all the time. And if this video helped you out, be sure to give it a like. It really helps the algorithm out and I would really appreciate it. Now, let's get into it. So if you have $100, congratulations. You're already way ahead of the game. And if you're watching a video like this, well, you're already in the right mindset to make that $100 go a lot further in life. But frankly, investing $100 alone is not going to make you rich unless you invest in something like Bitcoin in 2011 and become a Bitcoin millionaire. Chances are that $100 is not going to make you enough money to retire. But what that $100 should do is get you on the right financial footing and the right financial path in order to maximize your personal finances. I will break down my suggestions on how to get the most out of $100. Now, the first thing that I'd recommend is paying off any high interest debt you have. I define high interest as being around 5 or 6%. So if you have any debt outstanding that is above 5 or 6%, I highly recommend paying it off. A dollar saved is a dollar earned, and any money that you don't pay in interest is a dollar saved. So any amount of money that you could apply to your high interest debt is going to be an automatic risk-free return. Now I want to talk specifically about credit card debt because that's something that can plague a whole lot of people out there. There are many studies that indicate that credit card debt is the most burdensome debt that most people have. Credit card debt can be so bad because of the incredibly high interest rate it carries. A lot of credit cards out there carry interest rates as high as 25% or greater, which is an unbelievable sum of money. No investor in history has been able to get 25% return every single year for decades, and that is exactly what credit card companies have been doing. You are not going to be able to get a return that's greater than 25% risk-free anywhere in the entire world at any time. If you take that money and you apply it to your credit card debt, that is a risk-free return, and that is a great use of your money. Now, I'm a big football fan, especially college football. So for those who like football, let me give you an analogy. Say it's 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line, and one of your players gets an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, which puts you back 15 yards. Now it's 1st and 25. In order to get back to the place where you were just before that penalty, you would need to gain 15 yards on that play in order just to be back at 2nd and 10. But chances are your team is not going to be able to get 15 yards on a play. Most plays do not have 15-yard gains. Same thing with investments. Most investments out there are not going to give you that 15%, 20%, 25% return, and so you're better off avoiding the penalty of interest, and you're better off just paying off that interest as soon as you can. If Warren Buffett, the best investor of all time, can get 25% returns all the time, chances are you and I and other people are not going to be able to do the same. So pay off that credit card debt and save yourself those really high interest rate payments and earn yourself a risk-free return. Secondly, if you don't have credit card debt, I'd recommend opening an emergency fund as soon as you can. Life happens. Sometimes your car breaks down, your phone dies, or you get an unexpected medical bill. And for a lot of times, a lot of people go into debt, especially credit card debt, if they can't afford to pay with cash any of these emergencies that come up. If you've ever been in this situation before, chances are it can be incredibly stressful for you, and you're going to resort to things like credit cards or payday loan companies in order to come up with the shortfall for your emergency. And that can add more and more stress, and it'll cost you thousands and thousands of dollars, even if you take out only $100 or $200 to cover your emergency. So you want to take that money and you want to be sure that you have it for those inevitable emergencies that come. You don't necessarily want to invest that $100 because if an emergency comes, you'd rather have that money for certain in order to deal with those emergencies. For that reason, I would highly recommend going to an online bank that is free to use, such as SoFi Money, a bank that I personally use, and opening an account and depositing your $100 there. The reason why I recommend an account like SoFi Money is because it has no account maintenance fees, it has free ATM withdrawals for Visa branded ATMs, and it allows you to earn a little bit of interest on your money sitting there in an FDIC insured bank, which means that you're guaranteed not to lose that $100. What's especially cool is if you take $100 and you open an account at SoFi Money using a referral link, you're able to get $50 as a bonus, as a welcome bonus into your account. So that $100 immediately becomes $150. I have a link in the description below, which is my referral link. You do not need to use it, but I do recommend going online and finding a referral link anywhere for SoFi Money in order to get you that $50, because that is really a risk-free return of 50%. I know I just said that you can't get those normal returns normally, but in this scenario, you can. If you have $100 of cash, it's going to be difficult for you to open an online bank account, so look at my description below for the suggestions that I have in order to deal with that. So my second suggestion is to open an emergency fund, add an account online. It could be SoFi, it could be another account. Just make sure that account has no fees of any sort, and be sure to put your money in an FDIC insured bank. Number 3, if you have $100, I'd recommend using that to become a smart shopper. And what do I mean by becoming a smart shopper? Well, for me personally, I love Costco because Costco saves me so much money. I'm a Costco member, which means that I pay $60 a year in order to be able to go to Costco. But that $60 is well worth it because I save literally thousands of dollars. Whenever I go to Costco, I'm astonished by how cheap the meat prices are, how cheap the TVs are, how cheap the basic necessities, the toiletries are at Costco versus even other places like Target or Walmart. I'm able to save myself around $60 or $100 every single time I actually go to Costco. Now, if you're anything like me, your basic expenses are going to be your basic necessities, so a place like Costco can really save you a tremendous amount of money. Unfortunately, I'm not affiliated in any way with Costco. I'm simply recommending this because I've used Costco for a very long time and I've saved a ton of money just going there and buying my basics. So overall, I think that $100 can go super far at a place like Costco and save you thousands and thousands of dollars. Even people like Mark Cuban buy their toothpaste in bulk for the entire year. So I'd recommend following this sort of advice and becoming a smart shopper and using that $100 to become a member at a big warehouse store. Number 4, another great way to use that $100 is to use it to educate yourself in order to earn more money. Your highest return on investment is going to be yourself and your skills, especially if you're younger. If you use that $100 to develop more skills and it turns your income from, for example, $30,000 a year to $50,000 a year, that's going to be an enormous return. That $20,000 is going to be huge. To put it in perspective, that $100 is not going to turn into $20,000 or $30,000 without using it to develop some sort of skill in order to make yourself more marketable, unless you hit the jackpot and invested in Dogecoin or something long ago and it just ballooned in price. Chances are you're going to have to develop skill if you want to earn substantially more money, and that $100 can forward yourself and develop those skills. To put it in perspective, an extra $20,000 a year in your base salary can equate to the equivalent of $400,000 at a 5% return. Now, chances are you don't have $400,000 laying around, and so to generate an extra $20,000, the best way to do it is to develop a skill. There are all sorts of resources online that you could use for free and some that you could pay for in order to develop more skills. I have some of the recommendations below, but some of my favorites include becoming a Wall Street Journal subscription member. And if you're a student, you can get it for a really, really cheap price. Just by reading the Wall Street Journal every day, you can develop your financial literacy and your ability to see things differently and to be able to see the world at a more global view. And so you're able to take advantage of new job openings or speak the language of your industry a little bit better. And there are other things online such as Investopedia where you can learn more about investing, or you can go on sites like Lynda and develop an actual skill, or you can go to Skillshare. I'm sure you've seen those on different people's YouTube channels and develop different skills where you can go to your employer and now become more valuable to them. One other suggestion I'd have if you want to learn more about investing is to actually take that $100 and start investing that money yourself with a commission-free broker such as Robinhood or now Charles Schwab or SoFi Invest or a lot of different other platforms, ones that are commission-free. I'd recommend doing that because no one is going to care about your money as much as you. And if you lose money, you're going to feel that worse than anything ever before. And you're going to want to know why. You're going to want to know every single reason why your stock was chosen and why it didn't go up in value. You're going to read and read and read, and you're going to get really smart. And if it goes up in value, then certainly the same is going to be true. That $100 is going to teach you more than the thousands of dollars you might pay in tuition going to a school. If you're investing it with your own money, you're going to learn so much about personal finance, so much about how the stock market works, just by having that gut feeling of losing money or making money with that $100. So check out the description below for my suggestions on my favorite investing platforms to use, and just make sure that they're commission free. If you go to a broker that costs you $5, $6, $10 per trade, that $100 is going to evaporate very quickly. But if you go with a firm that has no commissions, you're going to be able to buy and sell, and you're going to learn a little bit more, and you're going to do it frictionless and for free. So number 5, my last recommendation with that $100 is to take it and actually find a mentor and take them out to lunch. Now this is a little bit unusual, but let me explain. It's oftentimes not what you know, it's who you know in the world. And if you meet these sort of people, the people who've been successful, and they could teach you certain things and impart their wisdom on you, that's going to be great for 2 reasons. Number 1, you're going to learn from somebody who's already done it and been successful, and you're going to be able to apply those skills to your own life. And number 2, if you develop a relationship with these people, oftentimes that person is going to go to bat for you. People want to give back. They're going to maybe give you an internship or introduce you to somebody who might want to give you an internship or introduce you to somebody who might give you a job. And it's just going to be better if you develop those sorts of relationships. You'd really be shocked about how many people actually want to take the time and pass the torch, so to speak, if they've been successful, to the people who want to become successful. If you show an earnestness, a willingness to learn, and you are going to take somebody out for a free lunch, I mean, it's going to be hard for a lot of people to turn you down for that. And if you take them out and you learn from them, that's going to be an incredible return on investment. Just remember, the most successful people out there, chances are they started out in a position very similar to you and they managed to become very successful. Sure, some people inherited their money, but by and large, most people out there have earned their wealth and they've earned their success. And by figuring out exactly how to do so and learn from them, that's going to be really, really helpful for you, especially if you're younger. So those are my top 5 recommendations on what to do with $100 in order to get the most out of it. What do you think? Did I miss anything, or do you have any comments to what I said before? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, if this video helped you out, be sure to give it a like. I really try to put a lot of time and effort into my videos to make them as informative as possible, and I try to make videos that I would like to watch if I were scrolling along. And of course, I watch videos online all the time, and I want to make things that are helpful. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. Now, that's about all I got to say. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.